In this video, we'll learn about project permissions. Now, as you can probably guess, how we adjust our project permissions is going to vary depending on our needs. But let's say we want to set up a manager or team leader to have administrative permissions for just one project. Say we wanted to give them the ability to do all of the things that we learned in our previous section. To do that, we want to come into Settings, Issues, and then Permission Schemes. Down here at the bottom, Permission Schemes. So let's apply this to our web development team. So this is the project that we just created, this guy here, right? We can see that this is the project associated, or this is the permission scheme rather, associated with this project. So if we change this, we're going to be changing those permissions for also the tutorials project and the production team project. So what we'll probably want to do, if we only want them to have administrative permissions for one project, we'll want to apply a new permission scheme to that one project. So I'm going to come in and let's add a new permission scheme. This is our web development project permission scheme. Add that in. Now we want to change our permissions. So I'm going to come in and let's determine who's going to have the ability to administer the project. So the administrator of, or the team leader rather, manager of the web development team is Isaiah, as we learned before. So I'm going to come in here and we can say we want the permission to administer projects to be granted to either our team leaders if we wanted to do that, or we could do a single user if we just wanted Isaiah. Oops, if I could spell Isaiah properly. There we go. So if we just want Isaiah to have administrative permissions of that project, we could do that, grant those permissions, and then there we go. He would have administrative permissions. Something important to keep in mind here is that you'll probably want to fill out some of these other things too, because right now, nobody else will be able to even view the project. So nobody on the web development team would be able to even browse this project. So we need to come in and actually control this. Yep, I want to select group, the web development team. There we go. All right, so now anybody in the web development team group, which if we look real quick in the site administration under groups, is these four people. So these four people are going to have the ability to actually view that project and browse that project, but only Isaiah is going to have the ability to administer that project. Okay, and I would highly recommend coming in here and adding in these other permissions, because you're going to want to be able to allow people on the team to assign issues, to create issues, to delete issues. All of these things you're going to want to assign probably to everybody on the team, with some very few exceptions like managing sprints or administering projects. For the most part, a lot of these having the ability to have issues assigned to them, assigning issues to other people, closing issues, things like that, you're probably going to want to allow everybody on the team to be able to do. But if not, this is where you can go in to control that. Now, once we have this permission scheme created, what we would need to do is to actually apply this to the project. So if we come into our project here and go into our settings and then scroll down to permissions, we can see right now it's using the default software scheme. Go into actions. Let's use a different scheme and choose the web development project permission scheme. Associate that there. And now this scheme has been associated. So now these permissions are in effect. Now Isaiah is going to have the administrative permissions to this one single project. Everybody in the web development team group is going to be able to browse the project and take the time to go through and set up all of these other permissions for the rest of the team as well. And of course, because this is a scheme, like any of the other schemes that we've worked with so far in this course, we can apply this scheme to any project that we want. even multiple projects if we want to, just like any other scheme that we've learned about so far. And with that, we've come to an end of this section. Now I'll see you in the next section. We'll take just a couple minutes to wrap up this course.